the greatest Agatha Mind family lovers of good things all over the world, I bring greatest from a grateful heart. Thank you so dearly for always supporting us. I really appreciate. If you are just seeing this face for the first time or you are coming across us for the first time, I still remain your one and only Agatha Progress, bringing it to you live and direct. Remember, we react to all videos and no opinion is highly needed. I have a wonderful update that I want us to watch together. I just hope that it got well with you, and I wish you a very Merry Christmas celebration. See you then.
What is happening today is a deliberate sabotage, hatred against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and it is coming from the leadership of IPOB. And after today, we will continue to agitate and push for release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I said that the problem of IPOB comes from Finland. 99% of the problem of IPOB today came from Finland after the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, the actions, the body language and activities of some people in the US suggest they already prepared for what they are doing today. I'm going to give you people a story. What I'm going to do today is going to be historic. The story began. When we hear the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it was a shock. It was a shock to everybody. It was a shock to everybody. And after that news broke, people were sending me a message. If this is true, a lady called Chimwe sent me a message. If this is true, I said it can be true. It happened that it was true. The next day of that particular announcement, some group of people called me from the United States, telling me they need me on their side. They need me on their side. That telephone call lasted for 5 hours, from 12 midnight in my time to 5 a.m. in my time. It was a conference call. The people that called me, Owehi was part of it. I don't know who he is. Owehi was part of those who called me. Chinwe was part of those who called me. A lot of them. And I asked questions, pertinent questions. I was worried about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I asked them, who know about the movement of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? This has to be public for record's sake. Who know about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Who know he was in Kenya? I asked the name of 2 persons, whether they are part of their own group. They answered me yes. I asked whether Nene Anya is part of their group. They told me yes. I asked them, how many people are in this telephone call? They told me everybody who were in this call. Why I'm doing this is that these people I am mentioning today are all quiet. And these are the people that are in charge of the Lazen account. They told me I must not work with Madam Oyibo, that once they get me on their side, Madam Oyibo is gone. They told me how they introduced Madam Oyibo to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, how Madam Oyibo have overshadowed them, and they are not happy. And this exactly the word of Ogbuehi. So this made me to start thinking, why should somebody call me? Why should people organize themselves and want to get me on their side? However, I have been in this movement for a while. That call lasted for 5 hours. What I was looking for didn't come. I was asking a pertinent question. Who know about abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? And they were not interested in hearing that. They were only interested in getting me on their side. That was when I knew that is going to be a very big problem coming. And after that telephone call, I cried. I started asking myself, how did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu manage this far with a group like this?
Yeah.
I didn't tell this to nobody. Even some people that that have been affected by this particular telephone conversation will be surprised. I refused. At a point, I started advising them, telling them the reason why we must not be talking about who to sabotage and who not to sabotage. Then they were not interested anymore in continuing the conversation. I told them to go and find out whether Secretary to our leader is aware that Onyendu was in Kenya. That was the question that I asked them. I asked them until they get that information, I will not be ready to do anything contrary to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been doing. So the call ended. Now, the first directive came from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from the DSS dungeon, that a slot should be given to me to broadcast on Radio Biafra. I came and I asked the people that brought the message, should I make this public? Considering the fact that before the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I have no contact and no dealing with any member of DOS. So the message that I should broadcast on Radio Biafra came to me directly. And the same message go to Chika Edoziem and his group. And I asked question, should I go and post this thing on my wall? Make it public? Because I do not even see anything, anything special in giving me a slot to broadcast on Radio Biafra. They said, yes, I can go ahead and announce it. I went to my page, I announced it, that I have been given a slot to broadcast on Radio Biafra with immediate effect. The post is still there. Okay? And at the same time, I also made a broadcast where I prayed for 1,000 men wisdom. The broadcast is still there. Then as I was making this broadcast, DOS, China Sanworu, and co were busy in the group of DOS discussing how to bring Simon Ekpa down. In fact, it is like already a planned deal that immediately Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is abducted, the person they have to fight is Simon Ekpa. And I have now gathered enough evidence that actually it is what has been planned long time ago. We already have 13,000 viewers. 13,000 people are watching live and direct in 34 minutes. Because I know everybody is interested to hear this particular broadcast. So, immediately, they started discussing about the post I made, which says that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has ordered me to broadcast on Radio Biafra with immediate effect. And that particular post I made is still today in my page. You can go and check yourself the post I made. It did not say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked me to take over IPOB. It did not say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked me to take over Radio Biafra. He did not say anything apart from what I posted. But China Samoru, with his group within the DOS, they discussed and planned how to twist what I posted. And those particular planning, I also have it at my own disposal. Everything they planned from that time, I have it. So when they come to tell you that somebody is giving me information, they say somebody is giving me information. The person they claim was giving me information was Madam Arewa. I have never spoken with Madam Arewa. Madam Arewa have not given me any information. I have never spoken with her till today. But I got the information. So I have not been speaking with, I have never spoken with Madam Arewa. Whether the information is coming from her is not my business. But I got the information of how the DOS single-handedly planned the attack on me. And those messages, I still have them today. So I kept quiet. I did not react. I did not behave as if anything was going on. But the DOS was planning attack on me, and they actually unleashed the attack on me on social media. Ask them what crime I have committed to warrant the attack on me. There is no crime at all. The problem is that China Samoru told Caroline Okorafor never to trust me, that he hates me. And I asked Caroline Okorafor, why would China Samoru hate me? He said, because of power. She said, because of power. I said, power, I am not interested in the leadership of IPOB. So why should China Samoru hate me? Because of power. So which means China Samoru, before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, already have planned against me, because he see that I am now working directly with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he is not happy with it. Of course, with a lot of them in the DOS, so he is the spokesperson of all the people that hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because of some decisions he take. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu take decisions, bringing people he feel are truthful, are genuine, and have something to offer. So they gang up against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DOS. Immediately he was abducted, they ganged up against me, but in particular. After this thing happened, and I posted about broadcasting on Radio Biafra, one of the commander called me and asked me, what is going on? You are not broadcasting on Radio Biafra. Have anybody contacted me? I said, nobody has contacted me. He said, well, hold on. He put a call through to China Samoru. I have never spoken with China Samoru. I don't know who the hell he is. It was the first day and the first time I spoke with China Samoru. The ESN commander connected me and him. Whatever I am saying today is something that if it is public, it does not destroy anything. This is information because before I come out to do this today, I have secretly assessed every word I'm going to say here. I have also spiritually scanned every word I'm going to say here today, and there is nothing I'm going to reveal here today that is going to be a problem to this movement and to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So everybody should relax. I am not a fool. The commander of ESN put a call through to China Samoru, and China Samoru answered the call and said, the man said Simon Ekpa is on the phone. Why have he not been given the slot to broadcast on Radio Biafra? China Samoru started shouting on me. He started shouting, who do you know? Who do you think you are? Why should you go and make a post? Why should you go and post that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave you a platform to broadcast on Radio Biafra? Do you know the thing you need to do? Do you know the code of conduct? Do you know this? First of all, you are not IPOB member. You are answering Mazi Nnamdi Kanu disciple. And we cannot accept that. Of course, you have the right to answer whatever he started bashing me because it is already something that he has planned for many months. It was not just about the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So he know that one day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be there, and he's going to deal with anybody that he has brought close to himself. This man, Chinasa Nworu, shout at me. And while he was shouting at me, in the same phone, the commander, one of the commander of ESN, was on the phone because he was the one who put that call. Chinasa Nworu shout and shout and shout. After shouting, I told him, Chinasa Nworu, I have not spoken with you before. This is the first time. You know, somebody told me that you hate me a lot. And I didn't believe it until today. Because what you just did here now shows that you hate me. And I believe that what that person said. He asked me, who was the person that told me that he hates me? And said, the secretary to our leader told me you hate me. And then he said, oh, is that kind of person you are listening to? Is that the person you are listening? I said, but you just prove it to me now. Now, what have I done to you that requires all the shouting and everything that I'm receiving super chat on my platform, and I have to hand over my platform as a condition to broadcast on Radio Biafra? The ESM commander, very nice and very good person, was surprised and asked, why should I hand over my platform to broadcast on Radio Biafra? That was the first time I heard of handing over my platform, because I am collecting super chat. All right. So that particular telephone lasted for a while. The information that came from Chinasa Nworu was not very good enough with the person that connected me and him. And then we agreed that we are going to have a meeting with the DOS, another member. Of course, I already know there is no other way to go about it. Before we had meeting with the DOS, like they have all these things I'm saying now, they have come to say it on Radio Biafra, especially the meeting with the DOS. Chike Dozium, that's where he lied against me, that I said they should hand me over to Radio Biafra. They should hand over Radio Biafra to me. Before I had the meeting with the DOS, of which Chinasa Nworu was part of it, the DOS, the people that participated in the meeting, did not know that Chinasa Nworu already bashed me ahead of that meeting. So I came to that meeting prepared, because I already know what they planned and what they wanted to do in that meeting. I came to the meeting very prepared. So I did not give them any opportunity to bash at me. At a point, Chinasa Nworu started shouting in that meeting. When I told Chike Dozium, I said, it is time for you to rise up and take responsibility and prove your leadership skills and quality. Chinasa Nworu intercepted that particular and interjected immediately. Why would Simon Ekpa be here insulting the DOS, that he should rise up and take responsibility? I cannot be part of a program like this. I cannot be part of a meeting like this where Simon Ekpa will be insulting the DOS and all that. He started shouting again. After shouting, he cut the phone and left that meeting. Chinasa Nworu, what did I say? Only asking Chika Edoziem to live up to expectation, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave him this light. Let him not allow the light to die inside his hand. Chinasa Nworu got so pissed. He left the meeting, and somebody added him back to that meeting after shouting at me and left. So what they don't know was that before we had that meeting, Chinasa Nworu has already bashed me and have given me a clue of what they were planning to do. So I did not give nobody, I didn't give any of them any chance to, ride on me, and I stood on my ground. I will not hand over my platform. And if that is signing the code of conduct, they should not send any code of conduct to me, because the code of conduct is to hand over my platform to them. And I have asked all the people that are highly placed in IPOB for demanding them to ask the DOS to send the so-called the code of conduct, because there is nothing like that in existence. That is, by the way. Now, haven't given you the background of what has happened. I want to now go into the problem, where the problem comes from. You remember I have been mentioning Chinasa Nworu, right? I tell you, Chike Dozium, because Nigeria cannot have problem, and then you say Buhari is innocent. So, in Finland, they planted the coordinator called Anthony Obasi. Anthony Obasi, some of you may have watched a lot of video where they were going from one platform to another, calling me criminals, calling me all manner of name, blackmailing me. All of you have gone to, you probably must have watched videos, that I collect money to help somebody for immigration, and the person was deported, and all manner of story. And the Anthony Obasi himself, I have also listened to where he has been in one of those, including in Radio Biafra. He has been blackmailing me from one platform to another. I want to also make a record, say something for the record purpose today. That when Chinasa Nworu, when Onyendu was abducted, somebody called Chinasa Nworu on Radio Biafra. Somebody called Chinasa Nworu and asked Chinasa Nworu, what about this Simon Ekpa? What is going on about Simon Ekpa in Finland? Why is he not broadcasting on Radio Biafra and all that? Chinasa Nworu answered the person. The broadcast is there. I cannot play it here. Go and look for it. Chinasa Nworu answered the person. Say, we have people in Finland. We have men in Finland who give us information. And we are getting every information we need from Finland. So let me tell you today, the people they have in Finland are not more than 2 or 3 persons they have in Finland. And the reason why they implanted those people in Finland is to make sure they destroy anybody that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taken to himself and trying to work with for the actualization of Biafra. And the biggest target is Simon Ekpa. And I'm going to tell you the impunity they have done in Finland. We have tried everything to unite IPOB in Finland. We succeeded in uniting IPOB in Finland. And you remember a few days ago, or a few weeks ago, when I was having a program, I came to commend the man called Abanyim, who is the European rep. I came on my program to commend him. I commended him. I said, Abanyim has not done anything bad to me all this while. But you remember I told you people that anybody that I commend on my program, the next thing the person will do is to blackmail and attack me. So after that commendation to Abanyim, Abanyim turned against me. Now, I want you people to understand one thing. I'm going to play videos today here. And I'm going to play voice messages. But before I do that, Chinasa Nworu and Chika Edoziem, what has happened in Finland is what you are going to use to judge what is happening in America. Before Nelly Ofebu, for those of you who don't know why I will continue to work with Nelly Ofebu, or forget all this Idu and all that, I have not come to begin to talk about Idu. Nelly Ofebu is still working and taking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as her leader. And until if she says Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not him again and all that, there is a different thing. But for the fact that Nelly Ofebu believe in the ideology of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and regard Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a leader and continue to work for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I don't have anything against her, and I will never have anything against her. So as Oyibo, so as Madam Bridget, so as Ediasi, so as Oliver, so as all the people they have removed in America. Now, some of you do not understand. I will stop commending them. Some of you do not understand why somebody like Nelly Ofebu came out and start posting things public. You don't know that, right? Now let me tell you before I go into what I want to do, because it is very imperative I touch this particular aspect. I told you all that the first directive coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was all spiritual. Every directive that came the first time was spiritual. It was not ordinary. And what followed after that was all manipulated. All the directive that came after the first directive was all manipulated. And the result is chaos. What you see today, chaos. So before Nelly Ofebu came and started making things public, she has tried everything to solve the problem internally. Chike Edoziem does not reply Nelly Ofebu. Chike Edoziem does not read message. Chike Edoziem does not investigate allegations. Chike Edoziem does not do nothing when it has to do with people who have been in the struggle with them since 2012. Okay? So what they do in DOS is to defend and protect criminals. And those who dare to expose the criminals will become bad ones. They will expel them. And I'm going to prove it to you today. Anybody that wants to expose any criminal in IPOB will become expelled person. So when Nelly Ofebu tried as much as possible to follow the footsteps of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, setting the record very straight, they decided to expel her. And the information I have, I don't know whether there are another information, but the information I have was not to expel Nelly Ofebu. And remember that before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu began to give a different directive, I told you that the first directive was spiritual, and all the directive that was flawed, that was, that they did not, that was breached, that was not carried out, all those directives were all spiritual. So the directive that came after that was all manipulated to suit and protect the criminals among them. Now, the Finland coordinator was, implanted in Finland not to grow IPOB, but to fight Simon Ekpa. And that one is a criminal too. I'm going to prove it to you today. Because everything I will do here, I will come with a proof. The man who you see was parading himself, call himself Victor and all that. Also, I'm going to play his own voice here, because our own is that I don't just come and gossip. I don't do, but when I want to gossip, I gossip with evidence and I tell you the truth. So, Nelly Ofebu came online and began to make everything open because the DOS failed. They failed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All the directive that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave in the first place, if Chike Doziem had carried out those directives, we can never be in this mess. I am telling you, we can never be in this mess. When directive came, Chika Edoziem sat on it for weeks before even reacting. So that does not go well with anybody who is a genuine Biafra agitator. That does not go well with a lot of people in the US. That does not go well with Nelly Ofebu. That does not go well with Oyibo. That does not go well with a lot of people. So imagine Nnamdi Kanu is in a critical situation where he has been abducted. If he give direction, if he give directive, what you have to do as the leadership, which he trusted the movement with, is to carry out his directive, whether good or bad, without even raising any objection. You carry that directive, whether it is good or bad, because we are already in a critical situation. So when they tell you that why should Simon Ekpa not sign code of conduct that does not exist, that you want to do Nigeria government, you want to do like Nigeria, I want you to know what I'm going to do today. I want you to watch so that you understand how the DOS have destroyed this movement. And there is no accusation you give them today that I'm going to question. Because they tell us that if Simon Ekpa, why should Simon Ekpa not sign code of conduct that other people signed? That are you trying to do Nigeria government? And I want to tell you today, the coordinator of Finland rented a hall where they are going to be having meeting. And after renting that hall, they are paying about 300 euros every month in that hall. After renting that hall, the coordinator of Finland subletted that hall to a church. And that church was paying IPOB 130 euros every month. Nobody within the IPOB knew about it. Now, the coordinator of Finland, who was parading himself, calling Simon Ekpa criminal, only submitted 1 month rent from the church to the finance secretary. 1 month rent. After submitting 1 month rent, he collected rent February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 8 months rent he collected from church. He put it in his pocket. So he collected this rent until October, when Finland people who are very genuine begin to fight for a good IPOB and the unity of IPOB in Finland. He get busted. They investigated everything and have them in documents, in papers, and in video. So he was collecting the rent, putting the rent in the pocket, and using IPOB money to pay the 300 every month. I want you to understand the criminality here. The criminality is that he collected rent from February to October. He even increased the rent from 130 euros to 150 euros. While IPOB was putting hand in the purse to pay for the rent, he is collecting the half of the rent, putting it in his pocket. And he's the coordinator of Finland. This is the man, China Sanwo-Olu. As I'm talking to you now, this is the man China Sanwo-Olu put in Finland. Because they are putting all their people, immediately the abduction of Onyendu, all the people that are criminals and collecting money for them and making sure that the money they are contributing in those countries are coming to them in Germany and in Nianya. That is what they want to safeguard. They are not fighting for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are not fighting for the movement of Biafra. It is now about contribution, monthly subscription and contribution to IPOB for them to get the money. So the coordinators they are putting today is not coordinators that will do anything to fight for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is coordinator that will make sure that the money they are contributing every month are going to them for them to use the money. So the thing continued. China Sanworu, the European rep, they told Finland that if you want, you have to give us evidence before we can sack the coordinator of Finland from IPOB, because the criminality in him, it requires expelling from IPOB completely. The coordinator called Obasi in Finland, Anthony Obasi, what he has done is not somebody who should be in IPOB. He should be expelled completely. Now, let me tell you people. European rep Abanyim told people of Finland that for them to expel Anthony Obasi, they should bring evidence of his criminality. The people of Finland went to work to bring evidence. And I'm going to show you the evidence here today. They went to work to bring evidence. After they bring evidence, the day they had a meeting, I was opportuned to be in the meeting where they were asking the coordinators some pertinent questions. And he was lying every time he opened his mouth, was lying. And everything, they have the evidence. So after the Finland IPOB gathered all the evidence of his criminal activities in Finland and sent to IPOB European rep. Do you know what European rep told them? And we have actually made peace with other faction. That peace, we have brokered the peace between the different factions of IPOB in Finland. Now we came together and they put a meeting. They fixed a meeting to discuss the impunity and the criminality of the coordinator of Finland. Now, after that, Abanyim, who is the European rep of IPOB. Nwachuku, sorry, I did not mean to block you. So sorry, Nwachuku, I will try to unblock you, but not now. You may not comment. So Nwachuku Nwakaego, I am very, very sorry for blocking you. It was not you I wanted to block. I wanted to block somebody else. So I will please unblock you after the broadcast. Please accept my apology. So immediately after they have gathered all the evidences, because I was in that meeting. So what the coordinator of Finland did was to put call through to China Sanworu and tell China Sanworu that, you see, they have busted me and they investigated me, and Simon Ekpa was there. They find out that I'm a criminal, I'm taking the money of IPOB. And the problem now is Simon Ekpa was there. So China Sanworu, who is controlling the DOS, went to work. He immediately queried Abanyim, because that's exactly what transpired. He immediately queried Abanyim. And then after querying Abanyim, when IPOB Finland now called Abanyim to give Abanyim the outcome of their investigation, Abanyim told them was Simon Ekpa. Okay, Abanyim told them that Simon Ekpa was in that meeting. Why would you people allow Simon Ekpa to be in the meeting? Because you know that Simon Ekpa is enemy to the coordinator of Finland. So the DOS instructed Abanyim to tell people of Finland that they are happy with the criminals who are part of those giving them information from Finland, that why should Simon Ekpa be in the meeting where they are exposing and asking a criminal coordinator question about the embezzlement of IPOB fund. So Abanyim was not interested in the money the coordinator collected and put in his pocket. Abanyim was not interested. And this money, he has been collecting it from February. He collected the money, he put it in his pocket, and IPOB Finland was struggling to pay 300 euros for the hall every month. So what should have been happening is that the coordinator ought to have used the money he's collecting to subsidize the rent, so that IPOB will bring 150 from their purse, while him bring 150 from the church people. But no, he was putting the money in his pocket and was paying rent from IPOB purse, full rent. Do you understand it? Now, Abanyim was not interested in that. He was only interested in why must they expose him in front of Simon Ekpa. I want you people to understand the criminality in the DOS. And these are the people who were telling you, why should they allow Simon Ekpa to broadcast on Radio Biafra without signing code of conduct? You want us to do like Nigeria? Why must we give Simon Ekpa a special privilege? Why must we allow him and give him a special treatment when others are signing it? Now, the question is, why would Abanyim and the DOS not sack and expel somebody who have stolen money from IPOB? Because they want to put him in Finland. They are not interested in increasing the number of IPOB members in Finland and probably in other parts of the world. They are only interested in putting the people that will drive their own selfish interests, protecting their own selfish interests. Because when you bring some people that are good, when they have coordinators meeting, they are going to be asking brilliant questions. They don't want those kind of people among them. And let me also tell Biafrans that before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted in Kenya, there was a meeting that was to take place. And that meeting could have or may have changed a lot of things. But the meeting did not take place because he was abducted. So, I am going to play a video showing you explanation how the coordinator of Finland and one or two other person in his criminal group stole money, embezzled money, and commit all manner of crime against IPOB in Finland. And the DOS have embraced them. They say because he is China Sangoru's brother. They come from the same place. They made him a national coordinator. From coordinator to a national coordinator. Now, what shocked me and what shocked everybody in Finland was when Abanyim, who was actually standing by the side of truth until I commended him on social media. The Abanyim that was standing on the truth Abanyim stood was very, very firmly standing on the truth. Because when they raised the memo that Simon Ekpa was not a member of IPOB in Finland, they brought that memo to Abanyim. Abanyim told the coordinator not to release such memo to the public. So for that attitude, I believe he was standing firm and on the truth. Abanyim told them he can never be part of releasing such memo to the public because I have done nothing wrong. Now, instead of them to respect the European rep, which is Abanyim, the same coordinator, he now worked directly with China Sangoru against European rep. So if you don't want to do like Nigeria, why are you now overshadowing the European rep to work directly with the coordinator of IPOB Finland against the wish and the opinion of the European rep, just to fight Simon Ekpa because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have chosen Simon Ekpa to work with? So China Sangoru overshadowed, overheaded, and supervised everything going on and coming from Finland. He went and connived with the coordinator to release the memo. It was what they were discussing in the DOS, how to destroy Simon Ekpa. So it didn't work for them. They come with another one. It didn't work for them. Now, during this time, when they were investigating the coordinator of Finland, somebody called Raphael Ajare. Raphael Ajare was suspended. Raphael Ajare was suspended for appearing in America Umuada Women Show. Raphael Ajare, if I am not Kelechi Ibodo, please, you have been blocked. I am very, very sorry for that. I don't know, I wanted to block somebody else. I think I will not block anybody until this broadcast. So Kelechi Ibodo, please, people should remind me to unblock Kelechi Ibodo and the other person I have mentioned earlier. I don't want to block them. So Kelechi Ibodo, please, you are going to be unblocked. I will make sure I take my time about how to unblock you, and you are going to be fine in the next broadcast. The only thing now is that you are only going to be watching and you will not comment on this platform. So I apologize for that, please. Now, this whole thing was going on, and the China Sangoru controlled the coordinator of Finland, and to put problem. Now you see, the problem came from the fact that they have now the Finland IPOB have sacked Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is not their member and all that. It all came from China Sangoru because China Sangoru was controlling the IPOB Finland coordinator against European rep. Then, when he was still standing on the truth. So, After this whole investigation, we also find out that the one who was claiming that he paid me money for his immigration thing and he got deported to Italy, he went to European rep Agbanyem to tell Agbanyem that he borrowed money from IPOB to pay his legal fees to me, that he borrowed 1,500 euros or so to pay his legal fee, because they were all trying to, blackmail me, in front of Agbanyem then. So Agbanyem made contact with some people in Finland, and they told him the truth. The person that borrowed that idiot money is a lady. He borrowed 1,000 euros to him. He didn't pay the money back, and the money has nothing to do with me. The money was for him to pay for the container that he was sending to Nigeria. But he went to Agbanyem to lie to Agbanyem because him and the coordinator was working together with China Sanwo-Olu to destroy and blackmail me. So China Sanwo-Olu was fighting against everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put in place, including people. Now, let me tell you, I am not saying it is only China Sanwo-Olu, but I'm telling you, he's the one they affronted. The people in DOS who are trying to destroy everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has done, they are using China Sanwo-Olu to front. China Sanwo-Olu is their spokesperson. And they have seen where this whole thing have landed. It has landed in a place where Biafra have come to know that they have sold the struggle and they are sabotaging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because every directive Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave, they have disobeyed it. They have disobeyed every directive. So those of you who are telling me or saying to the people asking why Simon Ekpa is not broadcasting on Radio Biafra, do you want to do what Nigeria government are doing? Do you want that Simon Ekpa be given a special privilege? Do you want that he don't sign other things other people are signing? My question is, why have they not sacked the IPOB coordinator in Finland, who have stolen money from IPOB, and he is not even contributing? He is not paying monthly dues. He has never contributed money for ESN, and the audit are there. And which are, for those of them who will come online and say, Simon Ekpa, come and show where you have contributed money. This is my receipt. Tell the IPOB in Finland, the IPOB coordinator, Antonio Obasi in Finland, to bring his own receipt. Not the receipt that is going to forge tomorrow. Let it be receipt accompanied with audit of finance. Since 4 years, he has been the coordinator in Finland. When he bring the receipt, he bring the audit that shows he paid the monthly dues and he paid for ESN. He has never raised any money for ESN. And one thing I want to tell Biafrans today is that while this guy was collecting the money for rent, the IPOB in Finland was contributing 10 euros for this rent. They were contributing 10 euros each to pay the rent, aside the monthly dues, aside the whatever they have contributed for ESN. I think in the ESN money, only few people contributed ESN money in Finland because they never done fundraising. When we talk about fundraising, this coordinator destroyed the fundraising idea, coming from other people, because they don't want Simon Ekpa to come close to them. The coordinator, that was the instruction given by China Sanwo-Olu and the DOS, because I have the messages, everything they discuss in their forum, in the DSS forum, the DOS forum. I have the message. That is why they say they sack Madam Arewa. But the good thing is that I have never received any message directly from Madam Arewa, and that is a story for another day. And if actually that they are sacking and removing Madam Arewa, the question you should be asking yourself, what has Simon Ekpa done to warrant discussing him in the DOS forum? You leave everything that you should be discussing. You leave about planning how to embark on things that will release our leader. You forget about everything about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And what you discuss in the forum of the so-called DOS is how to fight Simon Ekpa on social media. So I am telling Biafrans today that what you see going on social media, worse is even happening in the DOS forum. That's why they don't have anything to do. That's why they have not come up with any strategy, because everything they have in their mind is how to destroy Simon Ekpa and every other person that followed him. Now they decided to cut tails of Simon Ekpa. They sack Nelly Ofebu. They say immediately they sack Nelly Ofebu, Simon Ekpa will go down. They sack Nelly Ofebu for fighting for truth. So after that, it was not enough. They say, who again? They say Jassy was working with Madam Oyibo. They say Oliver was working with Madam Oyibo. So let us sack them and replace them with other coordinators in North America. They sacked Jassy. They sacked Oliver. All these things was happening because they want to cut Simon Ekpa tail. They believe that Simon Ekpa was working with these people for the interest of the Biafra struggle. I don't have any access to IPOB money. I don't have any access to IPOB document. What I'm doing is what I have been doing before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. Creating awareness, soliciting for people to contribute money for the movement, and let us do what we are doing and move forward. That's all I have been doing, and I will continue to do that. Now, it did not help anything. They replaced AGATHA with somebody. It didn't help. They replaced Oliver. It didn't help. And then they say, okay, the next person to sack is Madam Oyibo. Now they went and concocted all manner of story. Who knows the story they concocted? And they say the next person is sack Madam Oyibo. All this sacking you see is to fight Simon Ekpa because they see that I am in good term with those women. I remember that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, a group of people already called me to say they want me to work with them. And once I work with them, Madam Oyibo is gone and his group. So I don't know that Madam Oyibo have a group then. And I have come to find out there is no group. Madam Oyibo is working for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, just like every other person like Nelly. Now, after this thing, they started to cut tails. So what you see happening, the sack of Madam Oyibo has nothing to do with Biafra. It has nothing to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It has nothing to do with Madam Oyibo is sabotaging ESN. No. It has nothing to do with Madam Oyibo is against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No. It has nothing to do with Madam Oyibo is against the IPOB. No. The only reason they sack Madam Oyibo and every other person is to cut my tail, Simon Ekpa. So I want those people who are irate, who have been working for the DOS, that before they come to tell you the topic to do, I have them. And I have the discussion where they were discussed in the forum of DOS. It is here on my phone. Now, I have given you some clue, and I have told you that the problem happening today come from Finland, because the people, when China Sanworu answered a phone call on Radio Biafra, he said, we have men in Finland who give us information. And the point now is that those men they claim to have in Finland, who give them information, have been feeding them deliberately with wrong information about me. Whether the information that we were feeding them was whether it was deliberate or whether after feeding them the information, China Sanworu changed it to when he is talking to the people in DOS, only them knows that particular one, how the information changes. When I wanted to interview Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they were on phone with him. They said, don't do it. Don't do it. You must not interview him. Don't do it. Don't do it. He didn't take oath. He's not an oath member. He's not an IPOB member. You must not go and he must not appear in his program. These people were on phone 24/7 to convince Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not to appear on my program. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talked to me, sent me, he asked the person that administered the oath to me, which is the mother of the secretary. So he gave a message. He told me after that message, I have my reason why I didn't take the oath. The reason why I did not take the oath then was because I want to prove to the world that you don't need to be an oath member of IPOB for you to do something for Biafra restoration. The reason why I did not take oath was because I want to change the narrative, how people see IPOB, because a lot of lies have been told. I want to prove to people that you don't have to be an IPOB to do something for Biafra restoration. And I proved that. I was not an IPOB oath member before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu recognized me. So as you can do that as well. You can do something for Biafra struggle before you take oath. So I know how I should have just gone and called somebody to administer me oath. But no, I said I want to lay a foundation to prove people wrong. Because the Nnamdi Kanu I have watched for many years, I have come to know. I studied him very well. I have come to understand that a lot of people are misunderstanding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, deliberately misrepresenting his ideology. So when they tell you, you are not oath member, all these people telling you oath, they are all people of nincompoop idiots who don't have anything upstairs. So only thing they know is oath this, oath that. But I have been able to prove to them that you don't need oath to bring your talent and support Biafra restoration and support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You don't need oath. I proved you that. I was not an oath member when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned my name on Radio Biafra severally. I was not an oath member when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu answered the question, say, what Simon Ekpa is doing, only one Chineke can do it. He's one Chineke. He's one of us. I was not an oath member. It is only the people who are not real in the struggle that are shouting oath. And when they take the oath, they do evil. Like the coordinator of Finland is under oath. Coordinator of Finland is under oath. The one they call Victor, who is going from one platform to other, blackmailing Simon Ekpa about immigration issue, is under oath. But what did they do? They opened their mouth, they lie. The coordinator of Finland is under oath. What did he do? He sabotaged and betrayed the struggle for Biafra. Because while ESN was looking for money, since February, ESN was looking for money. This guy was collecting 130 euro and every month and putting it in his pocket. I want you to change 130 euro into Naira. I know how much it is. I know how many people it is going to feed in the camp of ESN. This coordinator was collecting that money, putting it in his pocket, and at the same time, the IPOB was putting hand into their purse to pay 300. So when he collected the subsidy, he put it in his pocket. Now, if that is not a betrayer, if that is not criminal, if that is not against the oath, what else is against the oath you took? What else is that if you betray the struggle? What else? It is for the selfish interest. That is why when you see they are always talking about money, because all of them are benefiting directly or indirectly from Nzama. Have you seen where Nzama is coming from? I call them Nzama people. China Sanworu was doing Nzama also. Madam Oyibo have requested for account about the money being sent to ESN. China Sanworu have never provided any account. China Sanworu have never provided any details of any account. So how do you think there are people in America who have worked their life, who are civilized, who are intelligent, will come and be doing nonsense with the motopark algorithm like you people? So when they ask them for accountability, all of them will turn it to attack. Bring account. What did you do with the money? You can't, you say, this one alone, tomorrow we'll do this, we'll use it and do that. Nobody do. We are in 21st century. You have to account for everything you do with people's money. They are not doing that. What they are interested in is that Simon Ekpa is getting supercharged. In my own platform that I suffered with my own money to build, nobody paid dime to it. I am still spending money building the app. And I am spending my time every day to preach on Biafra. While people, professionals like me, I'm a professional like me, IPOB are paying them to do their job. Nobody is paying me. I put my money, I put my time, because I am fighting for the future of my children and my generation to come. And when people give me super chat, you want to die. While your coordinator in Finland is collecting money and putting in his pocket. And you are yet to sack him because his job is to make sure no genuine person will come closer to the IPOB in Finland. So today, let us now start. First of all, I am going to show you a contract agreement to show you the criminality of the IPOB, the coordinator called Antonio Bassi in Finland, that he did not commit. To them, the crime is not enough. Nelly Ofebu have committed crime. They spelled her, according to her. Tell me, what crime did Nelly Ofebu commit? Nelly Ofebu was fighting against this impunity I want to expose today. They sack her. Madam Oyibo fought against the impunity they are, I want to expose today. They expel her. The one they called Darlington was expelled for fighting the same impunity. I protested against his suspension. Today, he has turned around to fight me. And what he's not answering is that, have that thing he was fighting for, leading to his suspension, be solved? The answer is no. I want you to understand, I can never support evil. I will always stand by the truth, and the truth shall always set me free. And let me tell you, the only truth that can stand the test of time. So, today, I will review one thing, that the coordinator of Finland did not only steal money from IPOB, he did not commit only just a crime, he also committed a very big fraud. He wrote agreement with Biafra Republic in Finland to collect rent. And this is going for them who said they want to take Simon Ekpa to court and all that. I am waiting for that. But
Hey, this is another angle of it, and this is the highest height of it. And Simon Ekpa promised that after this broadcast, he will not come out again to respond to DOS, that he is going to move on. Hopefully this happened, and hopefully the leadership of the IPOB start calling everybody to order and stop the social media madness, so that everybody can as well move on in peace and unity. Together, Biafra will be great. Thank you so dearly for tuning in. I really do appreciate. If you watch this video to this very end, you are the greatest Agatha Mind family. I still remain your one and only Agatha Progress, bringing it to you live and direct. And if you have been enjoying this and you haven't subscribed, oh my word, what are you waiting for? Please click on that red subscribe button that says subscribe and turn on the bell icon for more latest updates. See you when I see you. From me to you, I say bye.